Hey YouTube. I want to start by asking how many of you are avid David Attenborough fans? Because, oh my god, the man's a genius. I'm just actually pausing Planet Earth at the moment to just give a quick update. Um, Planet Earth is pretty much the coolest thing ever, although that's not what I want to talk about in depth. There are elephant seals. Mind blowing. Anyways, okay, so so I just wanted to do a quick video. I am, as of tomorrow, I think I'm 3 months, 1 week on testosterone. Um, Basically, I wanted to update on the name decision thing that I've been kind of struggling with. I went to this awesome. I feel like I'm saying a lot. I'm going to try to cut that out. I went to this awesome supper put on by an acquaintance of mine. She just basically cooked this amazing, like, lasagna and invited a whole bunch of trans guys over and then just left so we could, I don't know, talk about trans stuff, I guess. So it was awesome. And most of the guys there I knew, but there were a couple that I didn't, or there was one guy anyways that I didn't know personally. And also, I mean, even the guys that I did know, we don't always give ourselves an opportunity to sort of just sit around and be like, sit around and just talk about our transitions. We had a range of guys from, there was one guy there who'd been on testosterone for like 5 years. My friend Mason, who'd been on testosterone for 3. Another guy who was maybe around 8 months to a year. Myself, 3 months, and then this really cool younger trans guy who hadn't really been on testosterone but has been on hormone blockers so far. So it was just like an interesting, and everybody's had like different ranges of surgeries and like different kinds of surgeries, and like, so we just got into like cool medical conversation, and I don't know, just talked about the big things that we're going through right now, and asked each other questions about our, I don't know, it was awesome. It was awesome. And the night before, I had been laying awake, kind of agonizing over my name change because I really do want to get that figured out ASAP. And a name kind of occurred to me while I was laying awake, and I liked it immediately. And so I mean, I've had infatuations with names before, and I was like, I don't know, I like it, or but I mean, is this just an infatuation, or is it something I can kind of see myself going with? And I think that a lot of infatuations over different names that I've had in the past have been more like, this is a really cool name, and less thought has been given towards whether or not I could actually see myself going by that or introducing myself as that or whatever. This is the first one that I kind of felt both of those things about. Like, it's a cool name, and I see myself going by it. So that name is Gabe, or Gabriel. And I'd seen the name Gabriel, of course, around. I mean, it's a pretty, it's a name that you see in movies. It's not just like some weird obscure name or whatever. But I'd never really seriously considered that as a possibility. And when I thought about its short form, because what has been guiding my decision making process lately is that I know I want a nice longer name that can be shortened into one syllable, because I like names that are one syllable, that is soft yet masculine. And as soon as I thought of Gabe, I was like, yes, like, that is all of those things, and I can see myself going by it, and this is super exciting. So everyone that I've kind of told that to, because I've told most of my close friends in the past couple of days that that's something that I'm seriously considering, and a lot, like, most of my friends have just given me really awesome feedback. So someone thought I was joking, although, when I said it, and threatened to slap me if I changed my name to that, and I was like, oh, I see. And then they were like, oh, you were serious? And I was like, yes. And they were like, oh, let me think about it. Actually, I think it's great. I was like, come on. But it doesn't really matter, I think it's awesome. I've been really, really self-conscious about it. When I have told people, I've kind of told people and then cringed. And I know that, like, I noticed that every time I've considered a name or talked about changing my name or anything like that, this is the thing that I think people are going to struggle with most. The people that are around me, that care about me and love me, the people that have been calling me Jess for however many years they've known me. So I think that I've conceptualized this as the most difficult thing that my social circle is going to have to take on by means of supporting me in my transition. And so it's the thing that I've been most scared of as far as talking to my friends about. So I've been like, I don't know, I'll say, I've been thinking about a name. People ask me what name. I'll be like, Gabe. And then I'll like cringe, like as though the person that I'm telling is going to go, what? That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Who do you think you are? You know, like it just totally shoot me down. And a part of me is like readying to accept that, to say like, oh, they have every right. I mean, how dare I ask that they call me that? You know, like how dare I ask that they do that for me? And it's just, I just think it's interesting how much other people's investments and other people's opinions can sway us in our transitions if we let them. So I've kind of had it with that. I'm just kind of throwing all that aside and trying to go with something that feels good. And this really does. So yeah, maybe it's going to be, maybe that's going to be it from now on. I say maybe because I like taking baby steps with things. But some people are trying it out with me. I've got a few people who are like calling me it full time. And yeah, cool. So I guess this is me sort of like reintroducing myself with a potential name. I'm really stoked. And if I'm still feeling this good about this name tomorrow, I think I should probably go to my HR department and be like, switch everything over because this is ridiculous. They've still got my birth name on everything and it's just getting to be a little much. Yeah, so that's great. And I don't know, nothing else really going on. That's my major update. So I hope everyone's well. And yeah. There was one more thing I wanted to touch on with the name change, and that is paranoia about other trans guys having the same name. And I think that, I mean, there's a lot of jokes made about the name Aiden, and there's a lot of, I don't know, like it's like this because we're picking our own names, you don't want to step on anybody's toes. It's like getting the same tattoo as somebody else, you know? And I think that that's a little silly. I was talking to a friend of mine, Jake, about it, because he got a lot of flack for changing his name to Jake because it's considered a more common name. He was like, I'm not going to not pick that name when I like that name and I feel like it speaks to me. I'm not going to not pick that name because other people have it. I was like, right on. And that really helped me kind of, you know, become more confident in my decision to pick Gabe. But yeah, I know that there's at least one other trans guy on YouTube that goes by Gabe. And it does feel a little bit like I'm stepping on someone's toes when I pick a name that I know another trans person has. Maybe that's silly, or maybe not. Maybe other Gabes on YouTube will now pop out of the woodwork and start yelling at me. Please don't. But yeah. Anyways, I'm going to try to put that aside and just kind of see how the name feels for me personally for a while. Anyways, that's it. And yeah, hope everyone's doing well and take care.